How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Creaticrew Community World video. So, in the interim, after last episode, someone has left me a gift. So, let's have a look at this. Oh, well, thank you so much. That's going to be really handy, actually. So let's see if my inventory can actually hold all of this. I'm probably going to have to put some in some of my chests here. I'll start putting wax and things like this in this one. Cool. Well, thank you so much. That is really handy. Yeah, I can see the name of it, but I can't. Ah, Veloci. Oh, thank you, Veloci. Here we are. If I look in that history, okay. Thank you a lot, Veloci. That's really handy. I can imagine that I'm going to need a lot of stuff like that for this build, so things like that are always much appreciated. So, unfortunately, we are on a server, and there's a lot of people on, so I will not be able to sleep past the night. But today's work is going to be over there. It's time to start building this stem and some of the structure for the main edifice of the build, I would say. So let's get over there. Wow! Okay, that used to be a thing. It used to be that you could double jump on water. I thought that they had fixed that. Okay. So that happened. So I've left myself a little entryway here. So you can see I've made a bigger stem again. And we're just going to be building this up. I wanted to get a little bit higher than the one over there. And the idea is this will be kind of in range, but also I'm hoping it will need just like maybe 2 of the smaller leaves to reach this one. I'm hoping that in most cases you need to use a small leaf or 2 to get between things, so that this ends up becoming a little bit of a forest with all sorts of roots going everywhere. But yeah, the unfortunate thing about this, if anyone for their build has to rip out a load of ruddy canyon stone, that's this stuff, the stuff of the variegated red colour, and you have no use for it, I would really appreciate it. Because that is probably the one resource which is kind of hard. Whoops, I got the wrong thing out. Kind of hard to mine out of environments without making it look really obvious that I've mined it out. So if anyone has got a build out in a canyon somewhere and they have had to tear out a load of it and were going to bin it anyway, I'd very much like some. Because I've been going around tearing it out of canyons and places in areas where it won't be too noticeable, but it still sometimes gets a bit, I sometimes feel like I'm doing a little bit of damage to the world. And I like to leave things not too obvious that I've been mining there, if I can. Like, I'm probably going to ask Saber if his castle build has required the deaths of... what's being said in the chat there? Oh, people are asking for limestone. I have a little bit in one of my chests somewhere, but I'm afraid I'm going to need it all. Yeah, I might ask Saber if he's got any from his castle build where he's tearing everything out. I wanted to mention, actually, Mark of Death's build over here just started up recently, and it's looking really cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it develops. So it's really not interesting. So and we might end up taking a little bit of a tour over to another person's base today. Depends on how I feel about time. Because he's asked me to have a look at it, and I thought, hey, why not? It's always nice to be taking a look at what people are doing. And I believe it's one that I did not... I think I left out because it's Spider... something I can never remember. Yeah, Spider Colop L. Colop. Is that a Russian word? Or is it Colo PL? Because I think there's a Russian word that sounds similar to that. I can't remember. Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl days. Okay, so this is higher than that. But do I want it any higher? It's pretty high. I might go just one more and see how it feels. Yeah, I'm afraid it's... One thing that would be really handy is admin controls for sleeping rules. If we could set it so that one person sleeping forces it to go away, or set it up so it's half people, or some Minecraft mods have come out that have got a really handy feature, which is sleep voting. So if someone tries to sleep, everyone gets like a chat vote to sleep, and if they chat Y, or it's like yes or no, and then normal rules apply where if more than half people say yes, then you sleep. And it means that people who are out mining and don't have a bed on them, because, well, especially in Creativerse, there's very rarely a reason to have a bed with you, so people often just don't have it on them. It means you can let someone sleep. It's not as important here because, it's not like, oh god, creepers are going to start spawning, but it's still nice sometimes. For me, really, just because at night sometimes it can be a bit dark and not very good for video quality. But I'm hoping that maybe there'll be something going on with that soon. I know there's an update coming out soon, and it's not like the biggest update in the world, but it's got a few features. Of course, I cannot disclose those features, but it's got a few things I really like. It's a good one for me, but what your particular... I guess it's a bit of it's one of those ones where it's going to really depend on what you do, because it's kind of subjective whether it's going to really affect many people's play. But for me, it's really handy. And that is all the hints I will give you, because I cannot release information until the day of its actual release. Okay, so this looks like... What level are we at here? 102. Yeah, this is good. This gives me a nice little view out over the world. So I'm going to do things at this height. So, bear with me, guys, for I am going to look like I'm still while I consult the images for some leaf templates. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of leaves today, hopefully. And move OBS out of... No, don't do that. Move OBS out of the way. And, okay. So, at certain points during this, I will have to stop like this and look at the template, because... yeah. What I realized, the bad side of doing it the way I did for that one down there, is that now I have loads of leaf glitches. No, sorry, not leaf glitches, water glitches pulling out, and I just don't want to have to go through that again. And that line, incidentally, was me measuring the length of the leaf, which is 20 blocks, incidentally. So I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't be poking into this dude's claim over here, even though he seems to have given me building access, which is really nice of him. I would like to not intrude too much. I will if I'm only a few blocks, as long as I'm not going out past the water. I will consider the water to be my limit, because it looks like they're only interested in building on the ground. But still, it would be nice if they had room to do things like jetties and things like that. And I don't like intruding. So what we've got is this will be the first block. So we're going out like this. Whoops, I dropped some stuff. No. Let's see. Oh, it's only a single block. Okay. And you know what? If I get some leaf blocks, I can place things down in such a manner that I won't have to tear things out. Okay. I'm still learning how to do these kind of efficiently. So we go out like that, and okay, cool. So I think this is probably the best way to do it. Putting leaf blocks down, because now I don't have to tear them up, and part of my leaf block job is already done. which is kind of handy. And then we go out 3, and I believe then we go in for 2 sets of 2. But I will do it, and then I'll check. And I was right. In fact, we go in for 3 sets of 2. And then in for 2 sets of 1. And 1. And 1. And long bit. Okay, so that's the outline. And I'm probably going to want it to droop a little bit, but similar to that one over there, only near the end. So what we're going to want to do is place out, most likely just do the full template and then block out on a little pillar, a little side shoot, and lower some blocks down, and that'll be us then. But what I'm going to do is, I've got that bit done now, is I need to consult another template, which is, this is kind of awkward. This is a diagonal version of the same leaf. And it is sort of awkward. And the idea with these is that the lower leaves, I'm going to put a few blocks lower down. And let's see. So the idea of this leaf has it coming in here and then building out. So it's actually going to be going, it's going to be overlapping. I was expecting it to overlap a lot less than this, but I did not test it. And maybe I should have. But what I can do is I can put it a bit more kind of lower. But it's looking like it will overlap very, very little. It will have very little coverage, at least here. So what I'm going to do is let's place down this outline and see, because maybe I have to do some redesigning. So let's go back to that one and do this part. And yeah, see, at this point, we're actually almost meeting here. So it might be a good idea for me to make a slightly bigger circle so these can be a little bit further away from each other. I'm going to do that, I think. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and then we're going to lay out some leaves again and see if I can't get them to be a little bit bigger. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, so I had to make the stem a little bit bigger, just a little bit, out to out to 13 blocks wide. So, oops, oh, a bit of lag knocked me off. Okay, back up we get. I've been falling off a lot today and been getting actually quite good at landing again using the glider. So yeah, the leaves were overlapping a little bit too much, so the diagonal ones didn't really get any space. So I decided to make this bigger and did a little bit of math and some sketching out in MS Paint, and here we go. I've done the outlines of these ones on just the one side out to their farthest extremity, which is the 3 block span here. And then I've just done the full diagonal leaf, and you can see that here. You can see it still overlaps a little bit, but only by a few blocks in a few places, which will actually make it work better, not worse. So, and it still means that these leaves get a lot of room. So, you know, it still adds some floor space to the overall build. And it goes out quite a long way. Once, you can imagine, once there's 8 of these around here, it'll actually be quite a big platform. You can see on the map here, this dirt line here is checking the range of that leaf there, and it will not be going into his claim there. I might poke into the corner of this one here, but Veloci has very kindly given me the use of this claim for any building, so that's really kind of him. He's been a real help actually on my time here. It's really cool. And yeah, so this is the design. One thing I've been thinking of though is rather than having this blue adobe for all of them, if I go with white for the lower ones only, keep the blue for the higher ones, and go with white for the lower ones, so we get a little bit of changing color. Because I want, I don't want all of the big structures to be just blue. I want there to be a mix of blue and white in the build, so this might be a good way of doing that, at least for this part. Now, let's see. If I just get one half of it done, then we can have a look at it. So, it is kind of awkward. The challenge with this, of course, the big challenge is going to be getting the droop done on the leaves when they overlap. I'm going to have to do the bottom ones first, of course, but that's going to be a little bit iffy. I think what I might end up doing is just start the droop from here. Or even just have the lower ones have a very minor droop. Maybe have these ones have a bit less of a droop than that one to give them a bit more, so they give me a bit more floor space. I don't know. But I might end up starting it from about here. And just the point at which, whoa, another little lag spike. One thing that happens a lot, I find, this game is I move forwards, it freezes, and then I kind of bounce forwards when I get kind of when the lag spike ends. And it can really knock you off these small structures. See, I'm going to have probably the droop start here, so they'd never actually have to intersect. It would be kind of cool if I had the whole leaf drooping, which I'm not going to do, because I want to have some room to actually do some builds here. Oh, hi, Zuverum. He's the friend of mine from my own world. So, yeah, what would be awesome is if I had two leaves near each other, as if they drooped right next to each other, like right over each other. But that won't be for this build, I don't think, because I want to have most of these leaves be flat, just because it will give me space for doing build stuff. Because this is going to be where a lot of my builds are going to go. Oh, cheers, Zuverum. And yeah, so it's gonna be quite interesting seeing how this goes. It's really I wanted to push myself on this, and it really is pushing me. But it's exciting. It's definitely exciting challenging myself. So the next task for this is to get at least a template laid out for a lot of them, and then send out a load of kind of spikes from underneath to start doing the droop. And trying to get the outlines for all the leaves done. Then I can fill a few in and start working on how I'll move between them. I might end up having kind of a walkway go around. Oh, sorry, a little bit of a hiccup there. Might try and have a walkway go around the interior kind of circle here. The part where there's a bit of a gap here. And I've got a lot of other ideas for structures as well. And I need to find out what to do with this central area here too. But for now, I think we're done with the building part, because there's something else I wanted to show you. Veloci said there is something in that claim he's got over here, which he's calling Phase 1, which he thinks would be cool if I showed on camera. So I'm going to go and show that. I have no idea what it is. Just that it's in a cave somewhere. So I thought we might go and have a little bit of a look for it. So let me know what you think of this build, guys. Especially let me know what you think about the white. Do you think I should go white underneath or stay blue? I personally want to go white, but I always love hearing your opinions. Whoops. Okay. So let's go over and have a look. The fall has tripped me into going, so I guess it's time. So I believe there should be a cave down here somewhere. And it should have... It might be the other cave on the other side. So I'm going to look. I was sure he said on the one northeast of me. But I'm not sure. Oh, is Zuverum taking a tour? I think he is. Oh yeah, he's getting to know people. That's cool. He's a very social guy, actually. I'm often a little bit more shy. Oh, I think this might be the one. Maybe I went down the wrong cave. Maybe, just maybe, when I do these kind of things, I should check the map. Oh yeah, I think this is it. I think this looks like it. Okay, there's lots of stuff going on down here. This is outside of his claim, though. Yeah, I told him I'd try to find it, but I couldn't be sure if I would. Because I'm very bad at finding my way through caves. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna just take a moment and have a look at our Discord conversation to see if there's some info I'm missing. Okay, guys, I think I've found it. There's this tunnel here in the sand going underneath my claims here. And don't worry, guys, I gave him building permission because he asked if he could do some stuff. So, yeah, so the idea was he would do stuff underground if he wanted, and I would do stuff above ground. And he told me to look out for a stained glass barrier, and I saw this, and I think this is likely to be it. Okay, for the curious only, I like it. Okay, so I think we're meant to pull this down. So let's have a go. Okay, so I guess we are now in phase 1, which is whatever he ominously calls it. I don't know if it's going to be the beginning of a Creativrew cinematic universe. Or, welcome to phase 1. Okay, so before I go through that door, let's have a quick look around here. I think... Oh, okay, this uses the medieval blocks. Oh, nice! I think this is underneath his tree. Yeah, he has a really cool build in that tree. Which it looks like he's worked on even more. I don't have the code to that, I don't think. Unless he sent it to me in a message and I've forgotten. But yeah, this is all kind of underneath his tree. And he's done a really good job hiding it. Now, let's see if I can find my way back down. And go through the door to phase 1. Where have I got myself to? Okay, here we are. Okay. Okay, so we've got some processes here. Looks like he's done doing all his work. Okay. Oh, okay. This is... Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that is well done. That is really unsettling. Is it possible, sir? Is it possible that you are taking some inspiration from a artist called MC Escher with your visual illusions and disturbing geometry? Is it just possible? This is really cool, though. Oh, that does actually make me feel a little bit weird looking at it. That does make things feel quite weird. Yeah, this is definitely the labyrinth. Yeah. Yes, this is absolutely the labyrinth. Well done, Veloci. This is really cool. Oh wow. I never thought about doing... Whoop. Is there something... There is something up there in the corner, and I want to find it. I don't know... I think he's finished with this, but there seems to be a few blocks that maybe there's something left to do here. Yeah, I think there's some stuff left to do in here. But it's looking really good. This looks like he intends to do more out here. Like, there's a stem for a tree here. And there's another level up here. and a little corridor. But yeah, oh god, this is fantastic. Oh, do more stuff like this. I want to see more. I definitely want to see more stuff like this. This is great. Oh wow. Well, this is Veloci's, I presume, based on MC Escher's Labyrinth build. If you can figure out how to do any more of his optical illusions in Creativerse or represent them, that would be excellent. So I challenge you, sir. See if you can do that. I absolutely challenge you to see if you can pull it off. Is there anything behind these? There's another little chamber in there. See, there's all these little things. But yeah, this is about all I've got time for today. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed mine and my build and Veloci's really interesting thing here. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. This is a Creaticrew Community world, so if you would like to play it, it's free to join. Freely available for anyone to join who's a member of the Creaticrew Discord, and there'll be a link to that in the description. There's also going to be a link to my own personal Discord, which is a separate thing just for people who would like to have a community to hang out in and want an easier way to get in contact with me. And there is also a Patreon account there is a link to. I do have a Patreon for those who would like to support what I do, so there'll be a link to that. And, you know, if anyone would like to support me, that would be fantastic. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you next time. See you later.